Party on with this everything-proof outdoor Bluetooth speaker. Let's check it out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out this. This is the Altec-Lansing HydraBoom 2.0 everything-proof speaker. Now, you might remember that I recently reviewed this. This is the Hydra Blast 2.0, and it's a really great speaker with many of the same characteristics as this larger cousin, but this one is just heftier, and it's heftier because it's louder and more powerful, and that makes it much more fun, in my opinion. However, if you want to put this on your bike handlebar or something, it's easy. It has a single screw on it, whereas this is big enough that it has 2 screws and it includes 2 handlebar clamps. So it's a bit more hefty, and yes, you can put a carabiner on the end and you can tote it on your backpack, but this will absolutely mess up your balance. It is heavy. It is actually 4 pounds, so that's a lot of speaker because it needs a lot of magnets and it has a lot of power in here, and you can charge your phone off of it. In fact, on the top it has Qi wireless charging, but let me get there. First off, 56 watts, so it pushes out a lot of music, and that's with ferrite drivers. It's IP67, it floats. I haven't tested the floating part, but it's waterproof, snowproof, dustproof. You can take it to your job site. You can take it out skiing if you want to just put it on a table and then practice in front of it or something. You can do this in the rain. You can have it fall in the pool. It's going to handle everything. Nothing's going to damage it. So it does come with that mounting setup. So as I said, there are 2 1/4-inch screws on the bottom. You can put it on tripods or something. There's a handle, and then there's this for the carabiner. The one difference with this and the little guy is the little guy also has a magnet, so you can actually stick it onto a magnetic surface like the side of a fridge. This one is a bit too heavy for that. I think they needed too much magnet for that to work, so this one's not rocking in that regard. But it does give you 16 hours of playtime, so that is plenty enough for even the most enthusiastic party. Bluetooth gives you, they say, a 100-foot range. I've tried it with 15 or 20 feet without any issues. And it has a built-in microphone. We're going to test that in a second. I was not very impressed with that, but we'll see what it sounds like. And one of the cool things is it has PartySync. So let's get some music going on this. So this one's already on, I can see. And let's see, it should already be paired to my phone. This is an iPhone 15 Pro, and it is paired, so that means I can go straight into music somewhere. There it is. And let's hear what this sounds like. I'm going to put my volume on my phone to 50%. And I'm going to turn this towards me, just so it's a little closer to the microphone. And it's pretty darn loud at 50%. If I put it up to 100%, that is a lot of music going on there, and it is pretty much too loud for me to listen to while I'm sitting right next to it. So let me actually lower the volume, and then we're going to actually use PartySync to get this one to also be playing. So that's actually pretty easy to do. The trick is you want to have this one playing music, and then you want to have the secondary speaker or speakers. You can have up to 100 speakers in PartySync, which is fantastic. But this one you want to have not paired to any phones. So if you've paired both of them to your phone, best is to forget this from your phone so it doesn't auto pair. So that's what I've done. So let's get this playing some music. And then I push the PartyLink button on the top, PartySync I should say. And then I push turn this one on. Okay, so, and then I push PartySync on this one. And it's coming out of both speakers. And notice that this one also turned on the light mode, which is really fun. So now I have it, now I can increase the volume, and I can hear it out of both speakers. So this one I could put further away and get more stereo separation. But now imagine if I had a half dozen of these spread out around an auditorium or an outdoor area. So way too chaotic with that music. So we're just going to take that off. And so that's PartySync, super cool. You have been able to enjoy the light, what they call hyper edge LED modes. And I'm going to turn this one back off so it's not too distracting. So we're focused on this bigger guy. So this bigger guy has the light modes. And on the top, let me show you, there are 6 buttons. And the buttons are power, PartySync, lighting effects, volume down, microphone, which is really like answer or hang up phone call, and volume up. And then that large portion in the center is actually Qi wireless charging for phones that have that capability, which are all iPhones from iPhone 12 on up. And some Android phones are starting to get it, even though they tend to call it Qi 2 or MagSafe or something, but it's all the same technology. So with that in mind, now I can push the light button, and you can see that we're getting different light modes. There's 11 different modes, but I think you'll probably do what I do, which is just push the button until you get one that just looks cool, and then that'll be what you'll stick with. Where was I? I was at one where it just changed color over time. Maybe that's, I think this one maybe. No, one after that. There we go. So that one changes color. If you don't want the light, you can turn that off, which probably gets you a tiny bit more battery life, but probably not enough to be important. So I showed you the top. Let me show you on the side. There's a little side waterproof panel you open up, and then you have USB-C for charging, and it does come with a USB-C to USB-A charging cable, but the USB-A port on the side lets you charge other devices. So if you have the right cable, you can plug your phone into your speaker and get a little bit more juice so that your phone lasts just a little bit longer. When you close that, make sure you close it properly so that it is waterproof. And that's really everything. You'll notice that on the bottom, it has a slight angle so that instead of it being flat on the table, it actually tilts up just a little bit, which is a nice little bit of engineering on their part. And that's pretty much everything I got, but let's do a demo of the microphone because I told you I'd do that. So I'm going to point it towards me. It's already paired with my phone, so all I have to do is go into voice memos, and I'm going to record. So this, what you're hearing, is my voice as picked up by the HydraBoom 2.0, and it's okay. You still need to talk pretty loud, and you need to be in front of the device to get audio. But it is, in a pinch, a way you could use it as a speakerphone, but it's clearly not the front and center most important design element. It's just a sort of checklist feature, and that's okay. Now, let me switch back to my regular mic. So that's just about everything. There is an Altec-Lansing app, but the app doesn't really seem to give you much value in terms of being able to control or manage either of these speakers or any in their EverythingProof line. So I'm not entirely sure whether that's coming soon features or whether it'll offer firmware updates or whatever. But for now, you can probably safely ignore that app, or you can download it, put it on your phone, and then in a little bit of a weird thing, it actually requires that you dig up the serial number off the bottom of the unit and enter that manually. So it can't even use the camera to scan that code, so that saves you the hassle. But all the hundreds of different speakers I've tested and all the different apps that I've tried, I've never had to register by entering a serial number. So it is pretty interesting. It kind of seems like it might be more to their benefit so they can track sales than to our benefit as consumers, giving us more functionality. But maybe I just missed something really critical. Anyway, it doesn't really matter that much because you get this, you charge it, you pair it with your phone, you start playing music, and you say, wow, this is really fun. I was at a party just yesterday, and they had this little tiny, 4-inch tall soda can size speaker, and it just sounded like garbage. It was just like, oh, I should have brought one of my speakers. That was a mistake on my part. If I would have brought this, people would have said, can you turn the music down? We can't even talk. It's so loud. Because this gets really loud, and it's really fun. I really like the sound reproduction. It is kind of bass heavy But if you really wanted to try to get a more even sound out of it, you could use your EQ. This is not an audiophile speaker. This is an outdoor party speaker. So, you know, jam the tunes, have fun. Don't focus on sitting and listening to it with your cup of tea, but go and have fun with your friends while this is giving you that background sound. And for that, it works great. I really, really like it. I think that they've done a great job with all the engineering. It's fun. I love that it's everything proof. So you never have to worry about anything happening to this because it's going to be able to survive all sorts of bad weather and extreme activities and such. So lots to like there. I am going to ask you to subscribe to my channel. Click or tap on that subscribe button, hit that bell icon to get notifications of my new content, and give me a thumbs up if you found this of value. Cool. This is the Altec-Lansing HydraBoom 2.0 Everything Proof Speaker, and it is $99.99, currently minus 10%, dropping it down to $89.99 at Amazon.com. I should mention that dimensions-wise, it is 5.3 inches by 6 inches by 10.75 inches. So it's almost 11 inches long. You can just assume it's a foot long by half a foot on each dimension this way. And it is pretty hefty at 4 pounds, but it is certainly potable, and it's just so nice that you can just take it where you want. Just put it on a table or a bench or the ground or a blanket, and boom, you're enjoying your tunes, and so are all the people around you. I hope that's going to be what you wanted. Anyway, that's what I got. I'll hope to catch you in my next video.